Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Here's your mods for Friday, June the 20th. In total, 36 mods released. All platforms got 27 new and 3 updates, and PC Mac players got 3 new and 3 updates as well. We're going to go over each mod, including customization of features. That way you know what's been released and how it works. Check those timestamps to see what you want to see first, and get subscribed if you like staying updated with all the latest mods in Farming Simulator. Starting off, we got a new map for all platforms. This is Three Marias Farm. The Three Marias Farm is inspired by the Brazilian countryside. In the new farmer mode, you have a small property with 3 different fields to cultivate and a small pasture to raise cows. The farmhouse has a small, well, it does have a house, silos, sheds, vehicles, and implements to start your journey. The map contains 45 plots of land available for purchase. 24 of those have got missions on a point to sell and shops scattered around the map as per usual. If you need water, of course, there's a river and lakes on the map. If they need a quarry, there's one of those. 2 small forestry areas as well have a reduced price, so you will be able to buy the land without it costing you as much as it normally would. It's pretty cool. Collectibles are on the map and 5 other farms ready to play in multiplayer. So if you're looking for an awesome little, I say little, it's normal size. Why do I keep saying small? I don't know, who knows? Taking a look at the PDA, more specifically what we have in new farmer modes, very clear. We have farmland number 1, which yes, takes up this entire area. So if you needed a small portion of it or a larger portion of it, you can go for that. What do we get on it? Well, if we pop back over here to our crop types, we do have some rice setups through here, long grain rice by the looks of it. We've got some wheat, and I think some grass as well. Yes, grass indeed. Did I say wheat? I think I meant corn through there. There you go. Here is your starting off farm. It's a nice little setup. Keep saying little. It's a big farm. What am I doing? There are some required mods for this, which we will talk about at the end of it. Taking a look around the rest of it. If we pop up a little bit, you can kind of get a better idea of the entire map itself. There are no custom crops, so don't worry about that. Your crop calendar actually starts in February, since we are in the southern hemisphere. Things are reversed to the way they are in the northern hemisphere. So what would be like September or August rather is now February. So that is kind of neat. As far as animals go, we have 30 18-month-old cattle. Very cool through there. As far as your production change, none owned, and there are 4 on the map itself. And our vehicles, kind of go through these quickly so you can get an idea of what to expect. And here are your required mods. All right, now let's talk about some vehicles that came out today. We got the John Deere 50G for Pepe 978. It's been pretty popular in previous farming simulator games, so I'm imagining most of you guys are probably happy to see it as well. It's not green though, so maybe Case fans will be all right with it. The only customization options that we've got for this are the track options. So you can change up those tracks. Thank goodness 3D tracks are not an issue anymore. It's got 36 horsepower, variable transmission, 70 liters fuel, 16 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour, sorry, 95 liters of something, I'm sure, and 4.8 tons. What does it hold 40? What does it hold liters of? Is that DEF? I don't know. We also have a bucket here, 2,000 liter capacity on here. We do KJ it up, so that's pretty cool. I've gone for a yellow one, just because, you know, John Deere and stuff. This, basically, if you've used it previously, you will be used to it here too. We have full 360-degree rotation, which is wonderful. Full movement of the boom and all the stuff on it. We even got a little hook on there to hook on the stuff if you need to. Now, I'm very bad at moving around excavators, so I will make this brief. We can also move up and down the silage blade at the front, so wonderful as always. And if you didn't want the arm to be in this location, you can fold it, unfold it, really not quite sure. I think it's unfold it. And then it goes in here. Basically, it just kind of goes off to the side. And you can control everything the same way you would have, but now it's over there. So that's kind of neat. As far as driving goes, of course, 6 mile an hour max speed's really not that crazy. And we say 6, but really it's going about 4. And that seems to be the max speed. I would highly recommend do not turn and then hit the gas. If you want to turn, you can turn without hitting the gas. It's very doable here. I am not pressing the gas at all. But if you want to kind of move it on, press the gas, get up speed, and then make your turn either slowly or I guess you can go fast as well. Yee, but it will slow down eventually. I still think it's so cool that you could do this without moving. Hey, 360. Our next one is called the Mini Buggy, the Lizard Mini Buggy from G&FS. This is another one that we've seen at least in one previous farming simulator game, but it is back for us today. We got 100 horsepower on it with a variable transmission, 15 liters of fuel, goes 62 miles an hour, which is insane, and weighs 700 kgs, which is also quite insane for what it is. A couple different wheel brands to choose from. I do like those Trelleborg setups, which are nice. It is rear-wheel drive by the looks of it. We'll give that a try and see what we can come up with, and we can also change up stuff. Hey. I feel like it's dancing right now. You do have some downforce. I'm not quite sure if you need downforce even at 62 miles an hour, but hey, you got it if you need it. We can change up the steering wheel if you want to make it a little bit more sporty, which I will. Front protection on there so you can protect the steering column. And we also have some numbers. So, number 3 for Dale. We always go with that. Also, you could do a 0, I guess, over there. I guess it should be 03, huh? There we go. And then, of course, colors. Main and rim colors. Now, I got to get me one of these, and we have got to take it for a spin. Oh, love it. Yeah. Anything we could do? No options, nothing like that. And we are moving. I do have a mod installed that makes my exhaust black, so that is not this. But it's going. You could tell it doesn't have a lot of power, but it is moving. There we go. Oh, come on, turn. You can definitely tell it's got a CVT transmission. It just has that really annoying. Wow. It's also got a really intense engine brake, so watch yourself there. All right, let's see. Yes, I think we can definitively say rear-wheel drive. If you need me, I'm going to be racing K-Bot for pink slips. Somebody else who is no stranger to making things that are not tractors is Sluichez Modding, and they have released their Lizard Blaster 200, $19.99. Version 1999 goes at the beginning of that, but hey, call me crazy. In here, this quad's got 60 horsepower manual transmission, 9 liters of fuel. It goes 62 miles an hour as well. Very, very similar between the two pieces. We do have a couple different setups as far as wheels go. The rear ones don't change a whole lot. We do have some different ones. But yeah, the front one's going to be the one that changes up the most. If you know these tires, you know. Let's go back down. Foot support is a yes or no. The design is a yes or no. Blaster sticker is a yes or no. Lizard on the bench sticker. We'll take that off. Handlebar protection, absolutely. I guess that's going to be for knocking your head on it. And then we have color options for literally everything. Main, couple design, chassis, suspension, exhaust, and rims. I will also say if you have used their Banshee, it has the exact same specs. Not surprised. All right, let's load them up and see what kind of trouble we can get into. It does have the, that thing where you could do a wheelie, but I don't know, it never works, so I don't even know why they offer it. Interesting sound. Kind of sounds like it was captured from a YouTube video, but it handles about like the cart does. So, nothing crazy. So that's all the vehicles. Now let's get into tools. We have the Massey Ferguson 2013 Valtra BDF 1300. This is a fertilizer and lime and cedar spreader. Yes. It also could be a cedar. This is very cool. So holds 1,300 liters. Got a 30-meter spread at 12 miles an hour. Pretty basic, pretty cool. You can change up between Massey Ferguson and Valtra, and you can change between fertilizer and seeds distributor. So between both of those. This is very, very nice. And if you don't want to seed, I mean, this makes things wonderful. Not only that, you can seed all of your standard crops. So what is that? 5 to 9? All 9 crops. You could even do grass, cover crop, peas, spinach, wheat, barley, oats, canola, rice. Moving on. Yep. And then we have the adoption trailer. Now, adaptation. I think they're missing a T in there. Nonetheless, so am I. In this, you can pull this, so you don't have to worry about how much it weighs. It's pretty cool. So let's use the Antonio Carrero stuff, for example. The fertilizer spreader might be a little bit much to put on the back of this thing, at least when it's full. Plus, that looks absolutely ridiculous. However, we can hook up to here and then put the spreader on the back of this. Now, I don't think you can do it any other way than lifting it, but yeah, we're gonna do that. Wait a minute, do I have super strength? Super strength is enabled now, and I know that because I can pick this up from back here. But hang on a minute, we could still pick this thing up. Oh, now that is cool. Probably because it weighs 0.15 tons. It doesn't weigh anything. Hey, you don't need a front loader for this. That's cool. Then connect up, and I'm gonna cheat in some seeds. And there you go. See, now this doesn't look silly. That's a 30-meter seeder, by the way. Turn on the seed, flick it out. Yeah. Pieces of equipment like this can be a game changer. Makes cultivating not so bad. Sometimes we all need a helping hand, and sometimes you spill stuff on the ground and you need help picking it up. Well, this is a great thing to use for that. The Grimme SL 8022 Autoload. Now, I think we've got a couple things kind of similar to this as well, like that guy right there, and there's probably a couple other things as well. However, this one has some working lights on it, which is nice. It actually got an update today. It was released and then immediately got an update, so I wonder if they accidentally released the wrong version or something. Nonetheless, that was the issue there. It's still released today. Main color, design, and rim, so we got all that goodies, and it picks stuff off the ground, which is wonderful. So if you accidentally tip over for whatever reason, or you've got a whole big pile of poo on the ground, put this thing beside it, it'll pick it all up. Got some pretty cool new Bale trailers today as well. These are from the farming agency. Very nice stuff. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. One's a little bit smaller, one is a bit bigger, and we've got full customization options on both of these. So we'll take a look at that. Platform, we've also got the round bale setup. Universal, so it's kind of like cornered off. I think that looks pretty sweet. We're going to stick with that. Couple wheel options to choose from. Love seeing that. We do have a trailer hitch on the back and the appropriate hitch on the front, so you can run multiple of these at the same time. Default or LED lights, and we do have fender options. Unfortunately, there's no auto load, and I can't for the life of me figure out why. The farming agency does stuff pretty realistically, so that's about the only thing I can think of is, well, they just didn't add it. Similar stuff for the larger one as well, so you've got all kinds of stuff for there. Looks like pretty much the identical setups for all of that. We do have a full custom color palette, so if you like custom colors that are not normal to the game, this is a pretty good representation of that. I can sum up the next mod in one word. It's the largest trailer I've ever seen. I know that was more than one word, but this also holds a lot more bales logs than you would expect. So the heavy duty logger, we've got for long logs. Hey, or for short logs. Ain't nothing wrong with having short logs on here. A couple different wheel brands to choose from around towards the back, including some off-roads and on-road versions, like those Continental Duals. That's pretty sweet. And then we've got colors. You got your main and your rim color. Now, this thing is chungus. We're going to do a quick little comparison here. So this is the in-game pits trailer. No, turn off. No, not you. And here, it's you versus the guy she told you not to worry about. Cool. Absolutely insane. You see it holds basically twice as much and seems to be a little bit higher up as well. Hey, speaking of higher up, we do have straps along here, so you are able to strap everything down. Just an epic log trailer. Next setup is a pack, the AGRO-MASZ SN301 pack. This includes the seating module itself, and then we've got some attachment options to choose from. So you have a shallow cultivator, a disc harrow, and a regular cultivator, with is wonderful. Well, I say regular cultivator, it's a power harrow. But what this allows you to do is actually direct drill like you would a normal setup. So this is pretty cool. 800 liters, that is seed only. So you can see there, and you can see all the crops down below. Wanted to make you guys aware of that. 800 liters of that, 1.3 ton weight on itself. 50 horsepower is required. It's got a 3 meter working with it, 7 miles an hour. We also have tram lines on here. So if you want to make your own tram lines, ta-da, you can do it, baby. Now, we get into the fun stuff. We've got the cultivator right here, 100 horsepower, 3 meters. I know, but it's in a pack, so I'm not going to worry about it. We can add the trawl, which is around towards the front. To be honest with you, I don't know what that is or what it's for, but I'm guessing it has something to do with dirt. I'm not a farmer, just a digital one. We also can change up the roller setup on the back, and we have ridge markers, which is on this piece of equipment. And then when you're ready to go, back up to this. Hey. Now, we get into the next one. We've got this guy. This one is the disc harrow, and you got a roller on the back too. You can change that up, and you got your ridge markers. Lastly, we've got this guy, the Anna 30 or the Anna. I don't know. It's a power harrow. Rollers are the exact same around towards the back side, and you've got your ridge markers. So, step one, choose which one of these you want to go for, whether that be a power harrow, a disc harrow, or shallow cultivator. Add your seeding unit, and you are off to the races. This pack is pretty simple at the end of the day. As mentioned, here is my cultivator, for example. Boom. Now it is direct drill. Disc harrow. Yay. And our power harrow. Nice. Now, because I have trust issues, I am going to take this out in the field real quick. Just check it. What could possibly go wrong? Hey. Tis direct drill. All right, trust issues have subsided. Next up, we have the Alpego DF Pack. It's a pack of power harrows. Nice. One of them is 4 meters. The other one is 5 meters. Otherwise, you're going to see the same setups here. Just a little bit of a different power requirement is all. You got some different roller setups. I am digging the spiral. Let's leave it in. We also have the truck brake on the front. Very nice. And then you can change up the shaft from a black or yellow. Pretty sure our next mod was the base game cultivator in FS19, the Rau Polymag 300. I think, right? 100 horsepower, 3 meters, 9 miles an hour. Pretty standard. We do have colors, though there are only a few. You can make it look used-ish. So that's pretty cool. Got another cultivator, not 3 meters. This is 2.7, the Lizard SD1. It is a wild looking thing on here. Cultivator nonetheless, though. A warning triangle can be added towards the back frame, chisel, and crumbling rollers. Colors. 85 horsepower is required on here, and we also have a version with harrows on the back. When doing silage, you need a leveler, and this may be the one that you want. This is the Lizard MSS 300. We have a couple different attacher setups here, both of them 3-point though. Main color and design, it's pretty nice. I like this. And we've got a chainsaw, the STIHL 026 for $500. Pretty cheap when compared to everything else, huh? That is it for our tools. So now let's talk about some placeables. First up, we have the Lizard Animal Bars. These are from Mr. Hector. So might be a bit of a hint at what's to come with some of his other mods. Mr. Hector always kills it. So, of course, we got to check these out. Open sesame, darn it. So in here we have horse, pigs, chicken, and sheep. So interestingly, no cattle pen, but the inside is incredibly detailed, super nice. Got your full setup over here. Love seeing the water as well. That is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Moving over from the horse barn over to the pigsty. So this one doesn't look like a pigsty yet, but you will get some piggies in here and they will make a mess. I am sure of it. Out through here. Man, why isn't that opening up? Please. All right, whatever. Well, it won't let you in there. So there is that. As far as your specs for this one, 300 pigs. A lot of food, slurry, and straw as well, but 100,000 of each. Straw, 60,000. Slurry is going to come out outside. Very, very nice. And we have our silo for food over here. Gotta love that. And it even opens. That's pretty darn cool. Behind that, we have our chickens. Very nice through here. 600 chickens. And 110,000 liters of food, which is insane. You are going to get your eggs in the inside right to the left, and you can sneak out to the outside. Nice. Lastly, oh yeah, food's over here. Don't want to mess that. Yay! Love that. All right. Lastly, we have our sheep, I believe, right over here. The sheep barn large. This one's going to hold 300 sheep, 60,000 liters of food. You may also see down there, it says Meadow 0. So with every single one of these animal pens, you could place down not only meadow grass, but you can also redo all of the fences. That being said, the pig fence and the sheep fence also are available as placeables too. So if you jumped in and you go into your fences, well, those can be found here. So here is your sheep fence, which should be exactly like that fence right there. We have a couple different sets here as well, so we can do different bits and bobs. I like that we can do that. And you also have the pig as well. That is not the pig enclosure. This one is the pig enclosure. There you go. A couple different sets here as well. Like that. Up next is our riding stable. This was released back at Farming Simulator 22, and it is back with a newer, more improved, better version. Love seeing that. What does this do? Removes the collision from the boxes. Which boxes? I have no idea. We have all kinds of stuff on here. So we've got box collisions there. Over here, we have an awning, which is deploy the awning. Love seeing that come out. That's very, very cool. You can customize the fencing setup. I actually selected not to add the fence or not the fence, not to add any meadow grass. And I don't think it's added meadow grass, but it still added grass, which was a little bit irritating and annoying for me. But it is what it is. We can hold 16 of your horses here. I still don't understand what in the world remove collisions from boxes. I don't know. But let's move around and see what else we can get into. Open the shutters. Let's open those up. Love that. That's very cool. Turn on the shed lights. Ooh. Where's blue? That's new. I am guessing when it says boxes, they're probably speaking of these boxes. Although, I don't know that for sure, and I don't know how to open anything up. Maybe that's it? I'm not quite sure. Nonetheless, there's that, but there is one more thing. So back here, all the way away from the food and all the stuff, we have all of these. All of these. So we can click this, which installs the barriers. And if I can open that door, which I can't, it's not letting me. You know what? Let's just install everything. Boom. Install the flags. Install the drink machine. I think that's everything, actually. So you could do all of that, and then if we make our way all the way back in there again, everything is out. So you're able to do jumps and all kinds of stuff and have a little bit of fun. Plus, with the seating area up here, you can kind of pretend like it's something else. That's neat. That is very, very neat. Our next ones are something new. The Refined Wood Chips and Sawdust Factory. Now, this is pretty sweet. Over here, we'll start with this one because it is the second, I guess, of the two. So we're going in reverse order here. So refined wood chips in, you get premium sawdust out. Well, how do you get the refined stuff? Through this one right here. This one, you put in wood chips, and then output is refined wood chips and premium sawdust. So that's pretty darn cool. 1,000 in, and then you get 1,100 out, which is kind of neat. And then over here, you put all of this back there. So then what do you do with the premium sawdust? Well, it can be sold, but as far as I can tell, that's the only thing you can do with it, at least right now. Now, you guys know I love a good TMR food mixer, and this is one of those. It's based on logs as well, which is really cool. Checking to look at everything is where you get it out and is where you put it in. So let's take a look. What do we get? Well, hay, mineral feed, silage, and straw is in, and TMR is out. Pretty basic, 250,000 liter capacity of each, including the mineral feed. You must be a billionaire to be able to purchase that. So, don't get ahead of yourselves. Then, in your recipe, we have 200 straw, 250 silage, 500 hay, and 50 mineral feed, getting you 1,000 out. It's 1,000 in, 1,000 out. You don't lose anything. This is nice, so if you've got more silage or more hay than silage, this is very good. It also takes an insane amount of straw too. So there is that. So your straw input's 20%. Silage is only 25%. It is 50% hay. So there is a lot going on with this. So there you go. Pretty cool. I like this one. Accidentally placed the next one backward, so we'll just take a look at it in the dark here. The reinforced onset sheds for root crops and wood chips. There are 2 silos in here. The first one, this one specifically, does potatoes, sugar beets, carrots, parsnips, and beetroot. It actually splits everything up into different sections back here, although it won't let me in. So there is that. There's also another version for wood chips, and these are going to be found in silos. Nothing special, nothing wild and crazy. However, I am digging them. If you want to get the stuff in, it goes in this side. And whenever you're ready to get it out, you get it out over here. The last mod we're going to take a look at in the game today is the family home. But most of you probably look at this and say, hi, that's from Breaking Bad. And it is. It actually is. We've also got Winnebago out here. We'll take a look at that secondly. So first up, we've got the house itself. Though it is a parody of something from real life, everything works. And it works really well. There's like light switches for every single room. Through here, there's your front door. Through here, bam, into here. Nice surround sound system. Although it does look like the rear side speakers are right beside the center channel, in between the left and right. So we need to address that. Nonetheless, over here, you've got your main area light. We'll cut that on. Some nice cups and stuff. And through here, the dining room, we'll cut that on. It also cuts on the kitchen lights too. We have a door that opens to the outside, to the back. Like seeing that. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Through here, we've got a bedroom room with money coming out. Now, I've never seen Breaking Bad before, so I apologize to the masses of people who I'm missing things from. Nonetheless, we do have farming stuff. Check that out. It's pretty cool. Like that. In here, bedroom, but not our bedroom, because that is down here. We've got our bed itself. There's the sleepy time. And over here, we've got the rookie tab. And even a door that opens there. And an ensuite. Very cool. Man, I dig it. And a light just for the bedroom. Super cool, super awesome. Love seeing stuff like this. I love that it gets let through. That's awesome. And then we have the Winnebago. Yes, you can go in. Absolutely. And it is, well, it's full of cleaning supplies. So yeah, plenty of that to go around, I suppose. You can go with or without the awning at the front. It is labeled as solar panels and customization, but it is the awning. And then, well, we should probably not stand over that. There's also a handful of other new mods for all platforms, including the farm building set, which has got a couple farmhouses, manure heap, small garage, and a pig pen, old wooden barn, CNG fueling station, national flags, decorative pack for productions, state agricultural farm housing blocks, and Polish brick house. It is now update time, and let's talk about updates. First up today, New American. I could have sworn we already had the update for this. I feel like I'm going absolutely crazy. This will be version 1001. They've added manure and liquid manure purchase points at the animal dealer. They fixed some NPC and smoke particle issues at the farmhouse, aka the smoke was still there when you deleted the main farmhouse, and well, Grandpa was too, so there's that. Also corrected a problem with the dredger when loading stones. To access the dredger and load stones, you need to purchase field 89, which we talked about in Farm Sim News on Wednesday, which is what made me think this update was already out. Also added a logistics center to store your products. That's kind of cool. To access it, you will need to purchase field 81. Additionally, the mod description updated to the newest version compatible with precision farming. New save game is also recommended, which is why I will not be updating. I got one more episode on New American, so we'll knock that out and then update and see what happens. Nonetheless, there you go. Next up, we have the Krone trailer pack. We also got an update to the Meiller trailer pack, which is the exact same thing, but PC only. This also features some PC only updates, which I find super odd. This is version 1001, sports interactive control. Select the tipping side and tip it via interactive control. Again, console doesn't have that. When setting up a movable stackion, loosen the tension straps if they are not active. Using IC, again, reduce tilt speed, sound adjustments, tank for water, milk, fuel, added overloading auger, added belt frame, and AD compatible. But I don't know what AD means. And we've got an update to Missy B's Cow Pasture version 1.1. They've improved the water trigger and placement. Let's move over to new mods for PC and Mac players. First one's the Headlamp. This replaces the flashlight in the game with a headlamp so that you don't sit there and hold a headlamp. Or flashlight, I guess, either one. Here's a pretty cool one. This is called Fast Growth. The mod activates faster growth for all standard crops in the mode seasonal growth equals no. Therefore, certain growth phases are skipped. Of course, it is still possible to work the fields with a harrow during the corresponding phases to avoid using herbicides. By skipping growth phases, it is possible to have between 3 and 4 harvests per year per field. The mod only works on maps that do not overwrite the standard fruit types themselves, so heads up there. And your last new one for PC and Mac players is called Enter Where You Looking At. This mod allows you to enter the vehicle that you are looking at. Lastly, today we have updates for PC and Mac players. So we have that Meiller trailer pack. This is the exact same update as the Krone trailer pack. We'll just pull this up real quick. Really no point in reading the same thing twice. We also have version 1.1 of auto lights on and off. The light automation now also takes the engine state into account. Lights are only activated when the engine is running. Very cool. Lastly, vehicle speed sync from GTX version 101. Added support for vehicles using reverse driving. And there it is. What a fun mod day today. Hope you had as much fun as I did. If you did, drop a like on it. Get subscribed if you're new and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check those notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. Check out Farm Sim news from earlier today. Otherwise, have an awesome day. Have a great weekend. And we'll catch you in the next one.